Subterramundus is a giant hidden cave system populated by prehistoric flora and fauna. Several entrances near Australia, Africa, Asia, Europe, and South America have allowed animals from the early Jurassic, early and end Cretaceous, Miocene, Pliocene, and Holocene epochs to find their way into this hidden world. Once there, they diversified into new families and species. The most widespread vertebrate predators of Subterramundus are theropod dinosaurs. Of these, it is the tyrannosaurs that have managed to stay at the top of the food chain. But these new kings are not the descendants of giants like Tyrannosaurus or Tarbosaurus, but of smaller hunters such as Chankyosaurus or Alioramus. These theropods arrived in Subterramundus around 70 million years ago. When the local apex predators went extinct, Alioramines evolved into the new apex predators. Due to Subterramundus' exceptionally poor fossil record, it is unclear what these earlier predators were or how they went extinct, but it appears that once they were gone, Alioramines rapidly took over the apex predator niche. Today, there are 4 genera of large tyrannosaurids known from Subterramundus. The biggest of these is Sarcophagus imperator, a massive apex predator capable of taking down all manner of large prey. Efficient breathing and a system of air sacs allow these tyrannosaurs to chase their prey for long periods of time without putting too much strain on the theropod. Sarcophagus are capable of short bursts of speed of nearly 30 km per hour, although they prefer a leisurely stroll to let prey exhaust itself before going in for the kill. When the time comes for a confrontation, Sarcophagus employ their short yet powerful arms to get a grip onto their prey before using their impressive bite force to break limbs or rip out the throats of their prey. Sarcophagus have adapted a number of features that set them quite apart from Cretaceous tyrannosaurs. A large crown of jagged horns act as display structures for males to show off their age and health. Males also have a vibrant throat sac to amplify their calls, which further serves to demonstrate fitness and suitability for mating. While males of the genus Sarcophagus are solitary and territorial, females are nomadic and wander vast distances to find food and ensure genetic diversity for her offspring. Males frequently claim their territories by battling older regions, which can leave both scarred and battered. Once established, a bull will mark and maintain his territory by leaving scent marks, scratch marks, and dung heaps in a wide range throughout the area. He will back up his claim with deep, booming calls that travel for many miles through the forest. This acts as a warning to rival males, and an allurement for passing queens. Females that find a territory holder attractive will settle down for a while, until they build a mound of dirt, dung, and rotting foliage in which to incubate their eggs. Once the eggs are laid, the queen will leave to let the male deal with the offspring. The majority of the Sarcophagus population at any given point in time will consist of juveniles and subadults, with fully grown adults making up as little as 5% of the population. Tyrannosaurs of Earth have evolved a unique growth cycle that allows them to fill many niches throughout their lifetime. The Tyrannosaurs of Subterramundus have inherited this trait, and it has proven to be a vital adaptation to their survival, as a clade and as individuals. For the first few years of their life, the small, fluffy baby tyrants fill no niche, as they eat nothing but meat brought by their fathers and stray insects that wander into their nest. At this stage in their lives, they are highly vulnerable and prey to all sorts of nest raiders. For this reason, older siblings will occasionally help guard their father's nest and even provide food for the younglings. For those with no older siblings to guide and protect the young tyrannosaurs, the responsibility of providing food for the young falls entirely on the father. As a multi-ton giant, taking care of several tiny children can be a daunting prospect, especially when it comes to defending their offspring from small nest raiders that are faster than the adult and powerful enough to confidently take down a chick. As soon as they can run and catch small animals, typically 1 to 2 years old, young Sarcophagus accompany their father, who provides food and the opportunity to learn how to hunt. At this stage in their lives, the young tyrants can only hunt small game like multituberculates and hatchling dinosaurs. Occasionally, overconfident young will leave their father's care at just 3 years old to try to fend for themselves. Without sufficient care or teachings from parents or siblings, these young tyrants enter a scavenging phase, where they pick carcasses clean of any scraps that larger theropods cannot get to. Within this phase, every inch of length and muscle counts for an individual to be able to establish themselves at a feeding site. These tyrants often end up growing slowly and scrawny, and almost always end up getting picked off by various predators. Those that remain under their father's or siblings' care grow far quicker and stronger than those who leave prematurely. At around 5 years of age, the young tyrants grow big enough to hunt larger animals such as young Thescelosaurs and ornithognathids. At this age, they are well prepared to survive on their own and learn to tackle difficult prey by themselves. Indeed, most Sarcophagus leave their father's care at around 5 or 6. As they continue to grow, the young tyrants explore new food options and experiment with new methods of tackling prey. Those that leave the nest to learn to hunt on their own often do so alongside several older siblings they can continue to learn from. It is also not uncommon for young tyrannosaurs to form friendships with other unrelated tyrannosaurs. Often these are older or younger Sarcophagus that, due to their different body structures, have different advantages when it comes to hunting. Younger tyrants, for example, have a distinct speed advantage, while older individuals have a lot more muscle. Usually, relationships with siblings or friends only last until sexual maturity, but in rare cases a group of tyrannosaurs work so well together that they continue to hunt as a group. At 8 to 10 years of age, the young tyrannosaurs approach sexual maturity. Due to the large amount of food they need to reach the full adult size, many will abandon their hunting companies and become solitary. Those that have remained with their fathers up until this point are driven out of the territory or even killed. At this age, their skulls widen to make room for their binocular vision and massive jaw muscles. At last, they enter adulthood at 20 years of age and become 14-meter apex predators for whom nearly every animal is a potential meal. This is also the age at which their horns come in. Their necks also change. Feature scales on the neck grow into a thick bundle of spikes that protect the neck from blows of their dangerous prey. The juvenile fluff is almost entirely gone, save for a bushy mane that serves to cool the giant theropod in the humid environment of Subterramundus. Most of an elder bull's time is spent resting to recover from or gather energy for a hunt. As they lie there, they become a feeding hotspot for smaller organisms such as insects, lizards, and small birds. Smaller dinosaurs, such as raptors, often take advantage of a tyrannosaur's laziness to snatch a few meals for themselves. Adult Sarcophagus are equipped to take down all manner of prey, including giant vesicalosaurs, other theropods, and the descendants of the old nemesis, the ceratopsians. Battling prey often leaves older bulls covered in scars and wounds. Yet strangely, the largest predators of Subterramundus almost never go for the largest herbivores in Subterramundus, the colossal titanosaurs. They will tackle smaller species and juveniles, but not healthy adults of the biggest species. But one tyrannosaur not only hunts the giant titanosaurs, but is in fact specialized to tackle these behemoths. Therosaurus titanovenator is a tyrannosaurid that has evolved sharp, bladed, backwards curving teeth and a strong, rigid jaw structure that allows it to hunt the largest animals in Subterramundus. Therosaurus hunt in pairs, often with their offspring and in the company of other unrelated therosaurs. This sort of correlation with unrelated tyrannosaurs allows Therosaurus to take down even the biggest of titanosaurs. Such a prize also feeds numerous therosaurs for weeks, and once the giants leave, the cadavers provide food for many other animals. Since titanosaurs are such difficult prey to take down, female therosaurs are extremely selective when it comes to choosing a mate. Unlike Sarcophagus, a Therosaurus pair will mate for life, as they work together to tackle prey. For this reason, courtship is a long and complicated affair, involving the male dancing to show off his stamina, rearing up to exhibit flexibility, inflating the neck and gular sacs to demonstrate vocalization, and flexing all the feathers and muscles to show they are in full working order. In addition to this, the female will thoroughly inspect the male for battle scars, protective osteoderms, and muscles to confirm his fitness. She will also sniff his feathers, inspect his horns, and nuzzle his snout, checking for sensitivity or a foul smell that might indicate sickness or severe injury. All of this courting culminates in the female hunting with her chosen mate, so he can prove his suitability as a partner. Should the hunt prove successful, the female will allow the male to mate and she will stay with him to raise their young. Rejected males sometimes join bachelor groups and work with other males. Those that don't manage to join a clan are forced to live off scraps or smaller dinosaurs. Like Sarcophagus, Therosaurus provide food and protection for their offspring for the first few years of their life. In contrast to their larger relatives, Therosaur parents' protection lasts until puberty, by which time the young are driven out of their parents' hunting ground, so they can establish their own territory. This results in Therosaurus not having as many ontogenetic stages as Sarcophagus. Usually, the young will stay with their parents to learn to hunt their difficult prey. Those that choose to leave their parents' care and don't find a pack to join typically end up as prey for other theropods. Like with elephants of the upper world, wherever titanosaurs go, they shove down trees and create paths and clearings that provide habitats for other animals to live in. Therosaurus, for example, relies entirely on the open forest for a living space, not to mention on the sauropods themselves for food. But not all tyrannosaurs share this lifestyle. In the closed forests of Subterramundus, a close relative of the giant tyrants has taken a new approach to hunting in a different environment. In the dense foliage of these regions, a smaller, more slender body plan proved more successful than the robust body of a fully grown tyrannosaur. Microtyrannus, not to be confused with the non-existent Nanotyrannus, is a diminutive tyrannosaur that might appear highly derived from its larger relatives. However, when compared to the juveniles of giants like Therosaurus, the relation becomes clear. Rather than evolving a smaller body size, Microtyrannus is descended from a common ancestor that became neotenic, reaching sexual maturity early in its life and permanently remaining in a teenager morph to avoid competition with larger tyrannosaurs. The closest relative of Microtyrannus is Therosaurus, a connection that is most evident in the shape of their teeth and presence of a gular pouch. The defining features of adult Microtyrannus that set them apart from juvenile Therosaurus are the long pointed horns and brightly colored throat and gular sacs in the males. Therosaurus only attained these features at 18 to 20 years of age, by which time they are several times larger than a fully grown Microtyrannus. Microtyrannus reach maturity and develop these features at around 10 years old. Another characteristic that Microtyrannus shares with its cousin Therosaurus are their mating habits. These tyrannosaurs also form pairs that bond for life, and cooperate to take down difficult prey. Instead of sauropods, however, microtyrants prey on avian theropods and young ornithischians. Oftentimes, juvenile Microtyrannus will stay with their parents until they find a mate. Those microtyrants that choose to leave their parents early usually form bonds with other members of their species for several years before choosing a mate. In distant regions of Subterramundus that lack stable populations of Therosaurus, Microtyrannus could grow back into a robust morph which would greatly resemble the Titan hunter, save for some divergent coloration. These giants would share the sauropod hunting adaptations and habits of Therosaurus, but would also be able to take down other prey like ornithischians. Microtyrannus rely on a very specific environment of Subterramundus, the less open of the open forests. This biome supports smaller relatives of open forest megafauna which the tiny tyrant relies on for food. In the dark jungles of the deepest regions of Subterramundus lurks a very different kind of tyrannosaur. Nyctovenator obscurus is a mid-sized tyrannosauroid that stands out from its relatives by being small, nocturnal, and primarily hunting large mammals. Nyctovenator are quite distinct from other subterramundian tyrannosaurs. They lack tall horns, are fully feathered, and bear unusually long arms. Large feathery facial discs, similar to those of owls or kakapos, allow them to pinpoint prey in extreme darkness and to detect other members of their species over vast distances. Their short jaws are surprisingly strong and are equipped with serrated, backwards curving teeth, which aid the tyrannosaur in gripping and tearing. This allows Nyctovenator to grab and hold on to struggling prey while inflicting deadly wounds with their claws and biting through muscle and bone. Thick neck muscles allow them to firmly hold on to struggling prey or jerk about to quickly break bones. Nyctovenator do not mate for life. Like the larger tyrannosaurs, males claim a territory and rely on females to come to them. Within the heart of their territory, male Nyctovenator prepare a large empty clearing in which they use their deep wailing calls to signal their suitability to nearby females. Once a female arrives, he performs a similar dance to Therosaurus, which shows off his condition and capabilities. Should the female deem him worthy, she will stay with him for several days and mate with him several times. Once their eggs hatch, the female wanders off, leaving the male alone again. However, this does not mean they will never meet again. Nyctovenator are quite intelligent and can remember where prey, danger, and other nyctovenators are to be found. Should a female not find a suitable partner next time she is ready to mate, she will return to the last male she mated with. Rather than staying with the male in the heart of a protected territory, the young of Nyctovenator follow their mother into the jungle, while the father stays behind in his territory. Nyctovenator chicks stay with the mother for several years, often until sexual maturity, before leaving. Males are driven out a little earlier. This gives the mother enough time to teach her offspring everything she knows about hunting. Like with Therosaurus, the young Nyctovenators will often help their parents in a hunt, weaving through dense foliage with superior speed to slow prey down for the mother to make the kill. Nyctovenator are generalist predators that feed on a variety of dinosaurian and mammalian prey. They are among the main predators of the largest mammals in Subterramundus. A coat of long waterproof feathers protects the body to some extent from blows and slashes of dangerous prey, but it is not always reliable when dealing with particularly brutal foes. Most mothers will prefer to take on smaller game until the young can help or fend for themselves. This adaptability allows Nyctovenator to thrive in the dense jungles of Subterramundus. From giant brawlers and butchers to small specialists, the Aleoramines of Subterramundus have seen incredible and perhaps unexpected success. The family's ability to adapt to different environments and prey has been fundamental in their newfound dominion in this hidden world. From their humble origins as small hunters, these new kings have shaped the hidden world to their reign. Thank you for watching. The apex predators of Subterramundus seemed like a good choice to kick off the creature-themed videos. I held a vote on Discord, which the tyrants won with ease. Once again, a big thanks to my friends on Discord for helping me with various aspects of creature design and behavior. I really appreciate your input. In addition to this, I want to give an extra special thanks to my Discord members for creating some lovely fan art of Subterramundian Tyrannosaurs. I really appreciate this and I love the creativity I'm seeing so far. Thank you all so much again for watching, thank you to my Discord friends for their input, and I'll see you in the next video.